Hi HGTV, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Skye Lingenfelter. Welcome to the Wild House. When we moved in 2024, the whole yard was completely barren. There were no plants anywhere. There were pretty much just the brick retaining walls, and I really wanted this house to feel like an English cottage in the countryside, even though it's in the city. I knew when we got here that it needed some serious love outside. That was like my most important thing that I wanted to do. So I spent a lot of time the first 2 years building this out, and that meant teaching myself how to garden because I had never gardened before. The family who lived here for most of the 1900s were avid gardeners, and so the home really was built for that look, and it was really important to me to restore to the home. So I've planted all different kinds of flowers, and primarily roses because that's one of my biggest loves. But I have cactus, I have ice plant, I have straw flower, and I planted a lot of things from seed. So this is one of my favorite parts of the house. I call it the flower tunnel. When we moved in, there was nothing at all here. It was just empty, and the house is kind of really tall and rectangular, so I wanted to soften it. So I found these half arbors online, and my husband and I installed them here, and then I planted clematis and roses. They've started to fill in, and as you can see, we still have some blooms. This is the greenhouse. When we moved in, there was nothing here. It was just a big square. And I asked one of my neighbors what was here before, and they said that the father was an avid gardener and that he had a greenhouse here, which was demolished sometime in the early 2000s. I became really attached to the idea of adding a greenhouse back to the spot because we obviously didn't know what else to put here anyway. My husband and I picked out this kit and built it last fall. I did the flooring mostly. He built kind of the kit itself, and then I obviously did the girly stuff in there and made it really fun and cute. I love to sit out here when it's nice, especially when it's raining. I love to sit in here when it's raining. My husband actually likes to come in here and play guitar, and I guess the acoustics are really nice, so I find him out here a lot too. So this picnic area is one that I really wanted to add to the house. I wanted a table and chairs so I can invite my friends over to have tea parties or lunch and hang out here. I've been kind of wanting to make this like a Mad Hatter space. That's a bit of the inspiration for it. Quite a bit of nature here in the city, which is really unusual. There's a family of deer, a herd, that lives here, and usually the girls are here. I don't see the boys as often, but I named a couple of them. I named the mother Felicia so that I could say, "Bye, Felicia," when she's leaving, because I thought that was really funny. So this is my favorite DIY, and this is the one that actually went like really viral on Instagram, which was not intended, but super exciting. So this had nothing here when we moved in. There were just a jungle of old overgrown weeds to this side, no arbors. It was just a grass pathway and an old wooden fence. I kind of just took what was here, and first I painted the fence, and then I was like, I can add an arbor to kind of make those posts make sense and create an entryway to the house. And then it just snowballed. I kept adding things, and I spent an entire weekend clearing all of this out. So I've added rocks and trees and plants, and then I put lights along the path so that at night they light up, and it has turned into this very magical pathway. So this is a walkway where our neighbors used to pass through to get to another street. It was just here, no one had really tended it. It's actually an old abandoned city road that they no longer take care of, and it has become a garden. I took it upon myself to make this pretty, and over time our neighbors have started to walk through here more and more because it's so pretty. I really love that families bring their little kids through, and I'll see their little kids like oohing and awing at the flowers. That was always something I loved as a child, so it was just really important to me to be able to give that back to other people and make it like a magical experience for people around here. And it's raining, so let's go inside. I'm an attorney. I practice business law. That kind of just means that I read contracts all day long, which is very exhausting for my brain and my eyeballs. Sitting and reading all day really inspires me to get up and move and work with color and art. I live in this house with my husband and my little sister, Kinley. Kinley and I are both one of 10 children. We have a very close sibling bond. She has lived with me for almost 5 years now. I have separation anxiety from her. If she ever leaves, I'm gonna be in trouble. This is my kitchen, and this is one of my favorite views in the morning. I love to sit in here and drink coffee and be able to see all the way out across the river. My overarching design element is Alice in Wonderland, and I've incorporated that to all parts of the house. So I've got funky prints. I did this backsplash actually about a week ago. And then I incorporate a lot of novelty items. So I have things like this that's like a strawberry butter dish. A lot of neon in the house. You see a lot of neon. This says I licked it so it's mine because it's a sibling joke. So growing up, when there's 10 siblings all fighting over food, the good stuff was gone early, and if you had good food, you had to lick it so no other siblings would take it. This is a really cool part of the house that I love to show people, is this Rockstar Closet that is directly off the kitchen. There's a spiral staircase that goes down. It is filled with art from top to bottom, most of which I've done myself or my sister did. We love to fill this space with stuff that we've created ourselves. There's also this down the rabbit hole sign right here that my sister had custom made for me that goes perfectly with the Alice in Wonderland theme, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So this is my Rockstar Closet, and this was inspired by a lot of things, primarily speakeasies. So the spiral staircase was a really big design element. It came with the house, and that was something that immediately brought me the inspiration of making this into a speakeasy kind of space. I went to London a few years ago with my best friend, and we did a lot of shopping on Brick Lane. So that was a huge inspiration for making this room. I wanted it to look like a thrift store from London. So this is one of my favorite pieces. I actually got this in London, and this is what they told me. I don't know if this was true. The guy at the flea market told me that this was from Queen Elizabeth's Guard, and here is a label in here that does say it was a foot guard, Grenadier Guards, and it has somebody's name in here, Doyle, which was just so cool. I categorized things to look like a store, so each rack or space in here is designed to contain a certain category of items. This is my purse wall. I love to collect weird, cool purses, and people know that about me. As you can see, they're all red and black and pink, which are colors that, again, you see throughout the house. This one, it was my great-grandmother's, actually. She was a flapper. I don't think it is that old. So I actually do use this, but I'm very careful where I take it because it is so old. This section is my leather coat section. This one is a really cool one that I got in Paris. Again, we got the neon green, we've got the blue, the black, the red. It's in a lot of things throughout the house. Over here in this corner, this is my prized Doc Marten collection. I have a problem with collecting boots. I started collecting them probably, I want to say it was like 2018 or 2019, and I started out with just a couple of pairs. They last forever, and I wear them all the time. This pair is one of my personal favorites because it's got zippers on it, and they just look kind of edgy and metal, which I really like. A lot of my outfits end up going that direction. I know you can't tell right now. I do wear a lot of black and zippers and metal stuff, so I love to have that edgier style a little bit. My husband is a bit of a metalhead, and so we kind of share that in common. It goes into my sense of style and design as well. I incorporated a couch down here because I really wanted this space to feel like it does when you go out with your friends and you're shopping. When they come over, we like just hang out, and so I wanted this to feel like a conversation pit. And now I'm gonna take you back upstairs and show you the rest of the house. So another space I'm really excited to show you about is this dive bar bathroom. I designed this to look like every concert venue bathroom that I've been to, every fun dive bar bathroom that I've been to. I really wanted it to be a space where my friends could come and want to take a selfie. There are stickers on the toilet seat, and there are band posters on the ceiling and neon lights, and it's just a really fun space. Now I'm gonna show you my living room. This room was just very plain when we moved in. I have kind of wanted to turn it into a conversation pit. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to do in here was bring in more color because there was just nothing in here. So we did that by incorporating a really bright, fun gallery wall. And then I painted the inside space here with pink. I find that if you bring in colorful walls throughout your house, it really helps to kind of make the color more cohesive. You get those pops throughout. A lot of this art was made by me and my sister. One thing that I really want to show you, I'm very excited about this. This is a mannequin named Charlotte, and we dress her seasonally. She's dressed for spring right now, so she's wearing a dress that my sister made for me. And I actually wore this at one of the Eras Tour concerts a couple of years ago. This is the folklore dress. I absolutely love this. She's one of our favorite pieces to kind of like change the seasonal decor every year. It is very fun to be able to change seasonal decor on a mannequin. I very much recommend doing that. But she stays here, which is really fun. Now I'm gonna take you upstairs, but before we do that, I wanna show you this art piece I've been working on. I call this the Midas Touch piece. It started out as a gallery wall for the stairs, and I quickly transformed it into gold, and I wanted it to be a whole cohesive piece. One afternoon I had leftover gold paint because we had painted the kitchen ceiling gold, and I just came in here with a paintbrush and freehanded this. But I did a wave all the way up the stairs, and then it connects with the wall, and it fills the entire wall at the top. It's as if you touched this space here, and it turned everything on the wall gold all the way upstairs. Now I'll take you upstairs. Now I'm gonna show you my husband and I's bedroom. I designed this room to be like a mix of his personality and my personality. I wanted the upstairs to feel a lot more calm and cozy and more somewhere where you can come and be at peace and unwind and go to sleep and get some rest. So you'll see a lot more dark and moody colors in the bedrooms, a lot of academic influence, and it's still got a lot of the eclectic nature of the downstairs and even some of the color palette, but it's a lot more desaturated and moody. I painted this room dark because I really wanted the space to feel cozy, somewhere that we can come and unwind together. So we painted it dark blue because we really wanted the room to feel like a starry night. It was completely white when we moved in. There was a white ceiling fan from the 90s probably. We stripped it down to nothing and then we painted it. Now I'm going to show you a gallery wall that I have on this side of the room. And this is definitely the tiniest room in the house. We decided to make the tiniest room our bedroom because we wanted to keep it just for sleeping and hanging out. We did not want it to become a room where there are computers or work or desks, things like that. We decided to fill it with mostly just sleeping stuff. We wanted a king-size bed that took up the whole room, and that was kind of the goal. Now I'm gonna take you to the last room on our tour of the Wild House, and that is the upstairs bathroom. Come with me. This bathroom was one of the hardest to design in the whole house. It came all white. There was just white tile on the walls and the paint was very light blue, almost white. And then there's a blue marble wall behind the sink here. And so I really wanted to incorporate some color and I wanted to keep it a little bit more funky and retro to kind of go with the rest of the upstairs. So I have a poster of Joan Jett in here and I do want to write lyrics on the front of it to make it more visually like fun to see on the black and white wall. I went viral on Instagram a year ago in October and the song playing in the background was a Joan Jett song. It got like 18 million views or something, and she liked it, and I about threw my phone. I want to take a screenshot photo of the Joan Jett liked your post, and I want to put it at the bottom and then put lyrics on there because I just thought that was so cool. The things I want people to notice about our house the most are that it's a creator's atmosphere. So I don't like people to feel afraid of art. I think art should be really expressive and it's whatever you want it to be, but I think it should be free. And so a lot of what I design and what I want people to feel is that they can come in and create whatever they're passionate about. And also a space where people can come together, places where people can gather and eat, gather and talk, play games, and that's just the most important thing to me in a home. Thanks so much for coming to see my house, HGTV. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Wild House. Stay dry out there.